What is up, FIFA faithful? Bearhamms here with episode 17 of my Minnesota United career mode. And before we get into it against Nashville, let's talk about the most previous game against Sporting KC. Once again, this is going to be another off-the-cuff review of a game, this time against Sporting KC. I just got back from the game, and it was eerily similar to the one against San Jose, where early on, the opposing team gets a red card, they're down to 10 men, and the Loons seem to do absolutely nothing. Now, when I got back home and I was thinking about it more, I realized, it wasn't as bad as it seems on paper. Now, you're probably wondering, like, really? 70 minutes? Up a man and no goals? Here's my thought process on it. My first reason is it's against KC, best team in the West. You are expected to win at home and try to draw away, but sometimes it does not work like that. And considering that our team is incredibly injured, especially our attacking pieces, kind of makes sense how we weren't able to finish. And it is kind of an excuse, to be honest. Like, the Loons should not rely on Robin Lod and Franco Fragapane for their offensive push, their offensive powers. Reynoso, he's trying his best. He had that nice shot that dinged off the post. He was putting in some nice curlers and crosses in, but just nothing could work. And again, Hunou is like Robin Lod a couple years ago. He's trying to fit in, but it's hard. It's really hard, again. And it sounds like I'm a sympathizer and I'm apologizing for his poor performance, but not really. Honestly, he's our best striker at the moment. Agudelo, no, don't. I know we had that one-on-one, but he should have made that one. There were so many chances the Loons had this game, and they squandered. And also, big kudos to Sporting KC for their shithousery. And I only mean that as half negative. Like, there's a pause. Like, good teams know how to shithouse, and Sporting KC did it just right. A lot of time wasting that maybe Melia should have got a yellow card for. Actually, he should have got a yellow card for. He was just waving his arms. I thought to myself and my friends, wow, we spent about $30 to watch a man move his arms for about 90 minutes. Yeah, it was quite the enticing game. I also feel bad for the traveling Sporting KC fans too in the corner. They had to watch this shit show as well. Yeah, it was an ideal game, to say the least. I could give out top three. I could probably give out a top three. I like Tyler Miller. He made some good saves, kept us in the game. There was that breakaway where I think just him pushing up put enough pressure on KC, one of their attackers, to miss. I'd also have to give shout out to Michael Boxall, his first game back. He was good. It was expected of him to be good, and he was good. And it's kind of hard to watch Kallman sit on the bench because he's been doing great, but Boxall got back in there. He was a little, as he said in his interview, he was a little shaky at first, but then he got into it, and he was playing a lot better. And then I think the third one, who was the player of the game, according to Minnesota United, was Reynoso. He gave us the most chances. He was, he had some decent free kick opportunities, some set piece opportunities. He had that shot that dinged off the, God, if it only just went the other way. God. But anyway, I think it's just another weird game. Just, you think, oh, they're down a man, like, time to score. You're thinking, like I'm thinking at least, Cincinnati from a couple seasons ago, the 7-1 game. I'm like, oh, let's go. But then you do have to realize we only have Finlay as a winger, and he's not technically our starting winger. It's Lod on that side, and then you have Fragapane on the other, and we have a CDM playing left mid. Again, should probably put Bbva or McMaster in there more, give them some more opportunities, because Bbva is probably going to be leaving for Europe in a couple years, so it'd be probably best to give him some more window dressing, some window space, give him some opportunities to score, and give clubs outside of Europe a reason to sign him up. He was great. I liked his inclusion in the last 10 minutes. Got a yellow card for the other team, and he was dangerous at times. So yeah, I think I'm just going to end the review there, and we'll get on with some gameplay. For today's episode, we will have 2 games. First one to start the month of August is away at Titan Stadium in Nashville against Nashville Soccer Club. Then we will finish it off with a Sunday match on the 9th against Atlanta United. For the Loons lineup, we're just going to imagine it's a perfect world and none of our players are injured. We do take on Nashville SC. I do appreciate how in this game Adrien Hunou is the league leader in goals with 18 on the season. It's also hilarious too, Reynoso is up there with goals as well as Moule looking for an early cross. We'll center that through to Johnston. Johnson getting chased down by Fragapane. Now it's to Godoy. Godoy flips that one to McCarty. McCarty with a shot. Does take a block. Good play by Will Trapp. It looks like it was just a terrible shot in general by the former Chicago Fire defenseman who has played now 400 career MLS appearances. Congrats to that man. He's been here for a while. And it's now Dotson. Sells it down to find Reynoso. He's going to go wide to Metnair. Metnair to Trapp. Finds Reynoso. He's going to fiddle that through to Dotson. Dotson gets that through. Oh, perfect passing all around. Wow. The Loons can do it with 11 men. Yeah, they can't quite do it with 10, though. Fragapane trying to get in the grill. Does not enough as it's going to go straight to Leal. And that will be the equalizer just before halftime. There has not been any added time. And they are able just to slip that one through. Gets out wide to Metnair. Metnair chips it up. Oh, here's a chance. Shoots it, scores! Adrien Hunou with the brace right at the 69th minute. Nice. That will give the Loons the lead. Once again, a great cross from Ramon Metnair, who is, you know, he's stellar as always. Able to throw that high cross in. And it's funny how much time Hunou had to think about this one. So he tries to curl it. He does! Oh, and he hits the post! Another great opportunity for the Loons. Another opportunity for me to lose my voice. So again, I was out at Allianz cheering for about 90 minutes. Maybe another opportunity here. Slides it through. Reynoso gets it through to Hunou, who curls it for the Hattie. Right at the 85th minute mark, it is Adrien Hunou finishing the job for the black and blue. So I did get a little too cocky, and I ended the recording early. Yeah, the Nashville did score another goal, but hey, at least Adrien Hunou got himself a Hattie, which I wish we were living in this timeline. I know I've kept a lot of the front office stuff off of this save. I've just focused on the reviews of the games in real life and kind of have the gameplay afterwards. But here's some funny bits. Ozzy Alonso was wanted by Watford. Finlay was wanted by Swansea City. And Adrien Hunou was wanted by Levante. The only one that sort of makes sense is the Levante one, even if that's a bit of a stretch. Second game of the episode, the Five Stripes travel to Allianz. Apologies for the harsh sunlight. Again, this game can be a little too realistic, if you know what I mean. And, I don't know, moving on, we'll talk about Atlanta United, who I have to say is my least favorite team. And I'll be the bigger person, and it's one of those things where it's like both teams, they were expansion teams in 2017. One was a team that kind of built themselves from the ground up. It was from a team that was not exactly skilled, or I wouldn't say skilled, but exactly, they weren't veterans of the league, so they were kind of like working their way, you know, pinching pennies to buy players, and it took about year 3 until the Loons started doing well. The quite opposite can be said for Atlanta United, who straight away bought some big players. Miguel Almiron. They also had Joseph Martinez. I mean, they still have Joseph Martinez, though he hasn't been as big of an impact as he has been in recent years. But, you know, it's when you see the team that comes same season as you, when they're winning these shiny trophies, and you're sitting there with Alexi Gomez as your winger, Yeah, it's kind of sad because there might be another chance here possibly as Fragapane trying to go far post for Reynoso. Oh, almost squeezes his way in there. Possible chance here for Atlanta. Rossetto to Dam. Dam looking for some options. Getting hassled by Gasper, doing his best, but not enough as Rossetto looking to put it on that peg. Oh, a nice shot, but even better save by Tyler Miller. It's the former LAFC man. Lobs it to Debasi, a terrible move. This might open things up a bit, and it will. Terrible pass by Tyler Miller, who has been fantastic this year in real life and in the game. And they just gave up that one. So interesting pass to Hunou. Oh, getting a little too cozy with these passes. It's Hunou able to free up Reynoso. Reynoso, a chance for a shot. Takes it. Oh, and he hits the post. No! That would have been the game-tying goal. But Reynoso, just like in the game today in real life against Sporting KC, dings it off the post. And we are denied points. Quick gander at the table. We are currently in second place with a game over Portland Timbers. And, anything can happen and they can move us to third. No, we're sitting pretty, as we've always been in this save. And now before we go, as always, we will make our prediction for the next Loons game. And the next one is against Houston Dynamo at Bbva Compass Stadium. Now, the Loons have only won there once, and it was for a U.S. Cup game where that man, Darwin Quintero, just spurred on a second-half comeback to put him even further into the U.S. Cup. Now, my prediction, it's going to be a weird one. Usually with these predictions, I'm pretty conservative. I'll go for a 2-1, a 1-1, or a 2-0. I think the Loons are going to pop off this game. Before their 2-week break, I think with the nice week break after their 3 games in 8 days and just missing key chances left and right, there's just going to be one game where they pop off, and I think it's going to be this one. I think it's going to be 4-2, and I'm also going to predict Adrien Hunou scores. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty ballsy about this game. Maybe because Houston is not doing as hot, and I think just something is going to give eventually with all the chances that the Loons have had in the past 3 games. So that'll do it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as playing it. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you for episode 18. This has been Bearhamms, and as always, toodaloo.